All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I tried doing another episode talking about something else, but I'm like, nah, man. This Discord video has been sitting on my mind ever since I had seen it, and man, it's one of those videos where I'm really trying to convince the individual that sent it to me, like, can I please? Not so much as like just publish it, like obviously do a reaction to it. And I did do a reaction to it. I want to publish this video so badly because it's one of those things where I feel that it can help out a lot of people overall, like just dealing with some sort of drama. But it's and the thing is this, I'm putting this out here. I'm doing this podcast episode because for one, I really want to talk about this not so much as like this stuff, like I don't want to spoil it for you guys. And I also do want to like wait until the person, gives me the green light to publish the video and things. But yeah, it's something where I'm like, man, it was crazy. Like the Discord thing, it was pretty crazy. So anyways, so it was like this last Discord call involving Just the Robots editor Joshua. And I'm going to just tell you guys this right now. I did not know how bad it was with Just the Robots editor Joshua up until I had seen this Discord video. And man, like when I tell you guys, it was like, bro, it was one of those things where I'm like, I don't get how it got this bad. Like I'm saying, like I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm trying to like okay, let me just take that deep breath. So anyways, let's lock in and go into this episode and talk about things. So again, don't really want to spoil too much from it because there are some things in there where I feel like it's not my place to talk about it. Like there are some serious situations where I'm like, not my place to talk about it. All I'm going to say is that I hope everybody involved with Joshua's actions, I hope they're doing okay now, because yeah, this guy, and it was one thing that was said in the episode that I am going to talk on. Like, I am going to talk on the things that was, where my name was mentioned. And it was one thing where it was like these guys would always say like, oh, we don't have no obsession with TMossBoss. You got an obsession with us. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, you guys are literally making videos about me every week. And I am telling y'all to leave me alone. Let me be. I am trying to be my own person. I don't care what y'all are talking about. But yeah, overall, it always led down to that conversation. And it was funny because Joshua goes on and says that he had an obsession with me. And I'm thinking to myself, you, as a grown man in your 30s, got an obsession. And this was, so all this drama, so this was going on back like 27. So like, yeah, from 2016 to 2020. At that time being, 2016, I think that year I had just turned 20. I had just turned 20. Yeah, I know I did just turn 20 because I remember 2015 that was when I had went to Vegas and I was 19 at the time. So that very next year, like I'm dealing with this stuff as I am 20 years old. I was in my early 20s when I started dealing with this crap with these guys. And I'm thinking to myself like, man, it really tripped me out that my videos had that much of a hold on the person. Like, I didn't realize how much of a villain that I was to these guys until I started seeing more and more and more content, comments. I'm trying to think of some other things. Yeah, it's like I'm seeing so much from these guys to where it's like, bruh, it's just just to talk on that real quick. It shouldn't have been as bad. Like, talking on the hate, it should have not been that bad. Like, I get it. You're not going to like a person's videos, but it's like when you're developing an obsession, when you're developing a full-blown hatred, the thing is this, you look around you, you have all these different things that you could be tending to. Like, I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure that there is definitely people in this community that had, lives outside of the internet. You would rather like hurry up, rush home so you can hate on a TMossBoss video. That's something where I'm like, fam, because I feel like that there's two ways of looking at this, and I'm gonna talk on my way of looking at it, and I'm gonna talk on your guys' way of looking at it. years down the road, when I'm much more older and I got, something else in my life going on, most likely I'll have to say, yeah, content creating is going to definitely be in a much more better state, and what else? Like I'm probably going to be, teaching people the ways of being a content creator. Might have a book published, might have a documentary published, might have a biopic published. Like, cause that's how I look at myself. I look at myself where I'm going to accomplish things. I'm not gonna just sit around and just be all like, oh well, let me just focus on a random person that don't know who I am and things. But when it comes down to the hate, it's only going to be a paragraph in my story. That's it. That's as far as the hate is going in my life. But with you guys, fam, it was literally years of your life to hate on me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it's crazy how it all started because of some reaction videos. I never would have thought that reaction videos would have been that bad, because I'm a fan of reaction videos. Prior, before I did reaction videos, I used to just be a fan of sitting down and watching reaction videos, and I still am to this day. I find myself watching reaction videos, whether it's trailers, music videos, try not to laugh challenges, whatever the situation is. I'm like, yeah, I find myself still watching reaction videos from time to time, but I find myself recording more than watching them. So and it's no disrespect to any content creators out there. Shout out to all the content creators that do reaction videos, but why was it that bad? Like, because my thing is this, it trips me out. Like, I look at it like this. All I did was knock over a domino, and somehow, some way, a whole nuclear explosion followed up after I knocked over this domino. Why is that? Like, it's something where I know people are going to try to put the blame on me and make it seem like that, oh, the thing is this, like, after watching that Discord video where it was Joshua and, like, just all the people that had issues, because that's overall what the video was. So it was, Joshua pretty much being jumped in a Discord call, and I mean, everybody was going off on him. There was at one point in time where it got so intense, I was like, bruh, why isn't this man not just leaving? Like, bro, just abandon ship, disappear, don't ever resurface on the internet again. Like, bro, leave people alone. But yeah, the thing is this, so to kind of explain it to you guys, like what that is, because I'm like jumping all over the place. I'm talking about my drama. I'm talking about, like, man, it's like, it's such a crazy thing to talk about, because I didn't realize it was this bad. But yeah, Joshua, he pretty much, if I can tell you guys in a way without telling people's story, because I feel like that it's up to them to tell their story. Like, it's their story, they need to have their voice behind them telling their story. But he pretty much burnt bridges with everybody around him. Like, it was at times where I was like, bruh, I don't even know why you even do that to a friend. Like, I'm saying, like, the thing is this, I've made so many different friends throughout content creating. Yeah, I might, like, jokingly say some stuff where it might sound like that we're fighting or we might got beef, but I don't. Like, that's one thing about it. I have to say, like, my content creating friends, they're probably some of the best friends I've ever made in my whole life. It's like people I've never even met face to face. And here it is. There are people that I met face to face, and I consider somebody that I met through Twitch a much more closer friend than people that I met face to face. Now, there's no disrespect to them people I met face to face. If I could just talk on that real quick, I don't really know y'all like that no more. I'm like, yeah, we might have worked together, or we might went to school, or I'm trying to think of some other mutual friends or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm like, there are people where I'm like, I would actually want to go see them on wherever they're at. But yeah, Joshua, it was like with his thing, he got really carried away, I think, with the like spotlight and stuff. And that was the thing. I'm like, fam, there was never a spotlight there to begin with. You were literally a fan in a community. Yeah, you might have been a fan with some followers within that community, but that was about it. It wasn't like the whole internet knew who you were. And he was just on this toxic mindset. The thing is this, I will say this much. He did apologize. He, I guess tried to, the thing is this, it wasn't no rebuilding bridges, but he did apologize. And yeah, I think for the most part, everybody did, I would have to say, partially forgave him. But and I think they were just more so saying that because, like, they are getting older. They're becoming a much more developed person, I guess, you know, if I can put it that way. But yeah, overall it was like it's something where I'm thinking of this call and I'm like, there's stuff that I want to talk about, but I'm like, it's just not my place. Again, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, I'm gonna try my hardest to convince the individual, like, please let me post this video. Because the thing is this, the reason why I want to post this video so much is because I want people to see how bad it is when you get put into these toxic environments. When you get put in these toxic environments where all it is just hate, 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 like literally everywhere. You look at one corner of the community, just nothing but hate. You look at another community of or another part of the community, nothing but hate. And the thing is this, like all of that, like just all of that toxicness got to Joshua's head. And the thing is this, like when you see people like Just a Robot within this community where he's like the front runner, he's the starter, he's the quarterback in this whole team, right? And when you look at that and then you're like, dang, you know, I want to be a part of that. I want that. I want to. But Joshua, it was like his got out of hand, you know, and that's why I had to say, like, it's similar situations with Joshua and Just the Robot. I would have to say Joshua's is worse. But and that's something that I've compared it to, you know, where because I'm big in rap culture. I follow a lot of different rap stories and stuff. I feel that the whole Just a Robot like just situation from him, his fans, the people that he's affected, all that stuff, it really is like it really is like a rap story, and it reminds me a lot. And I've been comparing it and I'm like, man, you know, it's obviously there's differences between it and stuff, and you know, I just wanted to kind of explain this story. I feel like I've explained it already a few times recently, but for those that are new to my podcast, new to my YouTube channel, don't really know what's going on, yeah, definitely go back and look at some things that I done recorded and stuff. But no, the situation that I've been comparing this to is the Death Row Records situation. So I guess for those that don't really follow rap culture, rap music, the rap scene, all that stuff, anything you want to call it. So back in the 90s, there was a record label called Death Row Records. And they overall, pretty much, long story short, it was like a self-implosion situation that went on with Death Row Records. I mean, you know, you look at how that record label was being ran, it was very, very toxic. I mean, if you want to just watch a couple of movies that kind of, well, actually, you know, no, they did do a documentary called Death Row Chronicles where it explained it, and it wasn't like in no Hollywood fashion. But I guess if you do want to watch a movie that kind of showcases what Death Row Records was like, and I think even in the movies, these two movies that I'm gonna name off, like they showcase events that had happened in Death Row Records. But anyways, Straight Outta Compton, it's the NWA story about the band, and then All Eyes on Me, that's the biopic about Tupac Shakur. And yeah, overall they show moments in Death Row where I'm like, bro, like that stuff really happened. Like, you gotta look that stuff up and be like, you know, did this man really get jumped because he was I mean, I understand, you know, nobody don't want money taken from them, but I'm like, was he jumped because he had, and there's like, and it's actual real stories, like the stuff that they showcase in the movies, that stuff really happened. And so I'm like, man, you know, and it wasn't nothing like that had happened in Just the Robots community, but that self-implosion, like that implosion amongst the community, it really happened. You know, it's like where you got Just a Robot being canceled left and right. You got it where you know, people are like leaving his community and they're not want to be a part of it no more. And then you got people within his community where they were well known and they going through their own drama, aka Joshua. And yeah, it's something where I'm like, man, you know, and yeah, I'm just kind of on the outside looking in. I'm not well, they didn't even know. I know I'm not no P. Diddy in this situation. I know people are gonna probably be cracking some jokes. They're like, I imagine you was probably P. I'm like, nope, I was just a bystander. That's how I'm gonna look at myself. I'm like, we ain't got no P. Diddy activities going on over here. We definitely ain't doing that. And I'm like, ain't no Diddy parties going on over here. I'm like, yeah, that's that whole situation is wild too. I'm like, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on, and I should just do a podcast episode talking about the rap culture and just all the different crazy stories and stuff. But yeah, overall though, I'm like with Just a Robot, I'm like, man, you know, it's one of those things where even with him, I think he can say that is that, yeah, it was definitely a domino effect that happened within his community where he was that first. Well, I don't know if he was the first person in that community to get canceled, but I feel like that out of everybody, his cancellation mattered more than a lot of other people, But I have to say, like Joshua, I mean, he really took the cake. Like when I look at when I look at him and when I look at Just a Robot, I'm like, man, I feel like Just a Robot, he's looking at himself like, I didn't realize that I was capable of having this toxic fan base, but he's thinking along the lines like it's too late to turn back. I might as well just continue on, with the toxic activities if I know that this is what's gonna follow afterwards. And that's the thing where I'm like, fam, I just think that that's such a negative mindset to have with content creating, where it's like all you want to do is just be toxic and negative. And I just remember at times where people would like try to like get me, I guess, to be negative or whatever. And I'm like, no, that's not me. That's not what I'm here for as a content creator. I'm like, I don't even like being negative, like outside of content creating. The thing is this, I'm 28 years old. I'm still young, and I feel like a lot of people would say I got my whole life ahead of me. Why would I want to waste my younger years being negative? Like that, like honestly, sit down and think about that. I could be doing anything with my life right now. What reason do I have to be negative? So I would explain that to people. I would say that I worded it a little bit differently and stuff, but overall, I do remember them saying that, oh, you can't always go throughout your life being positive. I never said that I wanted to always be positive. Yeah, I know that there's going to be moments in my life where I am going to have negative moments. That's just a part of life. That's just what life is. But what reason do I have to be negative for no reason? That's what I'm saying, So, yeah, it was at one point in time with this community, I was like, man, it's really weird how your guys' philosophy on content creating, like how you think it's supposed to work. But I'm like, it's never going to work in your guys' favor. I've been a content creator so I spent like the first 5 years kind of trying to find myself as a content creator. But then 10 years ago, like I decided that I wanted to, well, actually it'll be next month, in 10, or it'll be officially that 10-year mark. But in reality, like when you add all that stuff up, I've been a content creator for 15 years. I always kind of consider myself like my content creating career like a Steam game almost, where you spend like a certain amount of time in early access. I would have to say that was them first 5 years, just kind of trying to find myself, find what I want to do, and then add to it. So yeah, overall, it was like that. In 2015, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I kind of have an idea, then, just kind of add some stuff here and there and things. And yeah, I'm like, and throughout my whole career, it's like, there was never a reason to be negative. Like, yeah, there's at times where I'll watch videos where some stuff will go down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to most likely, well, I wouldn't necessarily, well, I guess like I'm just not going to be negative for no reason, if I can say it that way and things. But yeah, there are going to be times where I react to negative videos. And there's going to be at times where I'm going to say something negative and things, but to just go out of my way and be negative, nah, I can't do that. I can't be that person where I approach a content creator and I just start being negative to them for no reason. That's not me. That's not who I am. That's not how I was raised. It's just one of those things where I'm like, what am I going to achieve being negative to people? It's like one thing about it where it's like, and it's funny because like how much or how long I've been a wrestling fan, and I kind of like try to have like that same work ethic in wrestling, but like with content creating and stuff. That with my like content creating career, I'm telling a story, and I feel like kind of right now it's just more so just going with the flow of where my like career is heading down and stuff. But anyways, I look at it like the same way, like how wrestling, how they go about it and stuff, like how I go. And like, yeah, there's going to be days where I'm being cheered for. There's going to be days where I'm getting booed. At the end of the day, I can't allow that stuff to get to me. It's like, just sit down. I'm just overall kind of just giving you guys a little philosophy on how I overall approach content creating. But yeah, there's going to be days where I get cheered for. There's going to be days where people are booing me. Overall, at the end of the day, I can't let it affect me. I can't react to it in a negative way. I just gotta still keep doing what I've been doing, And yeah, there might be a day where I might have like a little crash out moment. I might, start raging, going off, whatever the situation is. All I'm going to say about that particular day is that I am always going to have a reason. I'm not just going to randomly just go after people for nothing, you know? So, yeah, and I know a lot of people may want to look at it that way, like, oh, you went after. That's one thing about me throughout my whole content creating career. I have never in my life I guess throughout my content creating career, I have never went after, even in life, I've never went after somebody. I'm thinking back, I'm like, nah, in school, in whatchamacallit, yeah, work, I ain't never went after people. So I ain't got no reason to. My thing is this, I got my own life and my own career to be worried about. I ain't got time to be going after other people. So it's like, and the thing is that people, they think that they have that time, but I'm like, fam, that's the thing. People don't ever realize that. And that's how I really be thinking about stuff. I'm like, long term, how is this going to affect me? You know, if I sit around and I'm going after somebody that could care less about my well-being or whatever I'm doing and stuff, where is that going to lead me? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. My thing is this. All right, so let's say I do decide to go after a person, and then I'm making all these negative videos about them. Then out of nowhere, they just decide to disappear. Don't know what happened to them. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what the situation is. But I put them in a position where they felt that they needed to leave the internet. So, and that's one thing that people don't be thinking about is like, so let's just say, scenario. Just a Robot, first video he makes on me was getting on me for defending reactors and stuff. Let's say that video did get to me and I just disappeared off of the internet. Do you think that's something that he would want to live with? Not knowing my well-being, not knowing where I'm at. You know, there's rumors flying around like, oh, he's no longer here with us or whatever the case may be. Luckily, I'm a thick-skinned person. And I'm like, because I'm saying, like, I feel like somebody. And that's why I'm like, there's no reason for me to go after people, because I'm like, there's people out there where they're not like me. You know, the stuff that I've been through, I feel like most people just hearing, like, because when I, like, hear people's reactions to some of the comments and the stuff that people have left on my channel, you know, they get shocked by it. And I'm like, man, you know, it's like, y'all think that's crazy? I mean, I guess it's crazy. I mean, yeah, I guess it's the craziest comment that I've ever gotten, but I don't know. I guess I just don't look at it that way. But no, it's like, that's one thing that I'll never forget when I took that, I told that book writer when she wanted to put me in a book. And I remember she was asking me, like, you know, what was the craziest, I think that's what she had asked me. She was like, what was the craziest comment that you've ever received throughout your career? And it's crazy how, like, and I think it was that same year too. It was either that same year. Was it that? I think it was that same year when, hold on for a second. I got to look up when we very first messaged each other, because I'm for certain it was that same year. Hold on, I gotta open up Instagram. I gotta look up when these messages was very first, shared amongst each other and things. But anyways, hold on for a second. Let me see. Okay, there. I see. I don't know her username by heart. I know the person that told me about the book writer, but yeah, I don't know her. I don't know her username by heart. But no, I just gotta see when the messages. So yeah, it was in 2020. So yeah, anyways. So yeah, she reaches out to me. She asked me that question. I told her, and I think it was at the time. I think it was during the summer. But anyways, so the comment that I received was a person saying that it was either I deserve a noose or I deserve to be hanged. And I just remember that silence on the phone call, because we were talking on the phone. And when I told her that, it was just a dead silence. And then that's when she was like, she gave me her reaction to that comment. And I'm like, yeah, that's especially as a person of color in content creating. I'm like, I feel like I need to do a podcast episode talking on that, warning a person of color. I'm like, these are the dangers of getting involved in the content creating world, because that is going to most likely end up being my next episode, and I think I'm going to end this episode here. But yeah, I did want to talk on that. I'm like, yeah, man, this drama, it went down deep. And I was like, I didn't realize like how deep it was, but it was a situation where I was like, man, hearing this Discord call, I was like, bro, that was some intense stuff. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.